All right, now let's start with the measuring that. So that's why given a set of annual rates of return for an individual investment, there are two measures performance. Either you use arithmetical mean or you use what is called geometrical mean return. Now let's start with the arithmetical mean return. Now to make it, let's start with the arithmetical mean return. Are we together or I'm fast? Brian, are we together? I'm fast. We cannot ask Sarah because she has just here. She's just eating bones. We have already, your friends have already eaten, they have already eaten fresh, the fresh, the very nice flesh. But we are eating bones. All right, let's proceed. Let's proceed here. Let's go to this. I'm starting with arithmetical mean. Let me start with arithmetical mean. Arithmetical mean. Arithmetical mean of return. Yeah, yes, just put just be arithmetical mean. Let me just finish it like arithmetical mean. It is sometimes known as AM. Let me define. Let's define what is this definition. If we have to define arithmetical mean is defined as the sum of annual HPYs over number of years. The sum of all HPYs over a given period of time. Okay, HP, the sum of all annual, not HPY, but the sum of all annual HPYs over a period of time in years, over the period of time in any years, i.e. the sum. About the sum, so i.e. AM is equal to the sum of all the HPYs over N, where N is number of years. All right. Arithmetical mean is equal to the sum of all HPYs divided by N, where N number of years. Right. Alternatively, let me define geometrical mean before I give you examples of arithmetical mean and geometrical mean. Let me define geometrical mean. Geometrical mean, GM. GM is defined as the nth root. The nth root. The nth root of the product of HPRs. Nth root of the product of the HPRs. Of the HPRs. All right, for n years. For n years. It means when you are remaining with one makeup, you are remaining with one makeup for investment, right? On Thursday you learn normal, right? Right? Thursday you learn normal, but you are remaining with one makeup, which you may decide when you to do that one next week or whichever. On Thursday you have one or normal one. Hey, is that? It's only a corporate. You're only having one makeup, but this one you were supposed to have two makeups. Huh? No, mo yanu jema kajani. 3 2. Next week kama ya email kaya nomo. Ya nomo jema kanta iza ka 3 to 5. AI. Tukusokoniza tika zipanga. That's why the moment you swap them. All right, let me go to formula. We'll talk later. Maybe after some time. Let me just go to geometrical mean. Let me geometrical mean formula GM is equal to, all right, over to the minus 1 where the product for your holding period return, where the product of annual holding period return returns, i.e. HPR1 multiplied by HPR2 multiplied by HPR3 multiplied by HPRN, something like that. So you're looking at this. Let me just give you an example. Want to find HPR, HPY, I mean arithmetical mean, geometrical mean, and what decision can you come up with? Look at that. HPR, I will just look at AM, GM, and then what decision can you come up with? Can I raise here? Can I? Ah. To illustrate this, what I have already mentioned here, let's look at this example. Yes. Hmm? Hmm. That was what? That was geometrical. That GM like this one is equal to this one. Capital AM. Geometrical mean. I can say that geometrical mean is equal to something like this. Like this. This is not a pi. It's not a pi. It's not a pi. This is a multiplication of H B what? R. All right. It's multiplication of HBRs to the power 1 over what? 1 over n. Where is the 1 over? All right. HBRs like this to the power 1 over what? N minus 1. So this is not a pi. This is a product of HBRs. HBR1 multiplied by HBR2 multiplied by HBR3. Up to how many HBRs are there, you multiply them. That's the simple here. Right, let's put an example here. All right, let's go to an example here. Here, 1, 2, 3. All right, BV, AV. By now you know that, right? Right. HPR, HPY, HPR, HPY. All right. Here one. This guy invested BV $100. All right. Ending value, he got 115. Now, first year he invested, he started with $100. At the end of that year, he invested into 2024, January. December, this December is getting this. A profit or a loss? Good. Profit. What advice do you give to this person? To have the money and eat them and it ends there? To reinvest. Now when he is reinvesting, he is reinvesting the same what? Which means here is investing 1 what? 5 for the second year. So you have told him to invest. Don't eat the money, invest. So he has invested. Right. Then after investing, he discovers that at the end of the year is getting 138. 138. All right. 138. Is that a profit or loss? Then you are telling this guy to reinvest. Right? Invest again. So he is investing 130 what? 8. And you discover that instead of 138, he's getting 110. He's getting 110. 0.4. Is getting about 110.4. Is given that. Now this scenario it happens in shares. Because of devaluation of Kwaja Chan Chan, sometimes you get more, less. Sometimes you may think, let me resell my shares. This is the scenario. You can be tempted. You can be. It's more or less like it's a game of win, lose and win. It's a gambling game. You have invested in shares. The other year you can reinvest. It's more or less like you are gambling, right? You are making a gambling game. You have gone at a premium. Today you win. You win. You are tempted tomorrow again to come, right? You may discover that the very same tomorrow you have nothing you are getting. That's what is happening here. It's this one. Now, let's look at what is happening here. Let's look at what is happening here. Let's work out HPR and HPI, and then we can make a decision out of that. We can tell this guy what to do. Calculate HPR. Now, what is HPR? What is HPR? Calculate it. HPR is equal to what? EV over BV, right? So here HPR is equal to EV over BV. All right? What will be that? 1.15. This divided by that. This divided by that. This one. 1 point. 1 point what? 1.2. Okay. This one. Huh? Are you sure you are going to make you have this again? You are getting 1 point something. 0 point what? 7971. Let's say 0.80. Let's just say it like this. 0.8. This one was more than 1. That's why you had the profit. But more than 1, that's why you had the profit, right? But because of loss, you are less than what? 1. Let's go to HPY. You take this minus 1, 15%. And this one, 20%. And this one, negative. Is that? Search. See, this one is what you are saying is you are clear? Okay, all right. So this was 0.15, which is 15%, right? 0.20, which is 20%, right? And here negative 0.20, which is negative what? 20%. Let's work out AM for the 3 years, GM for the 3 years. Question. Work out AM and GM for 3 years. Let's start with the AM. Once you work that one, I think that will be fine. AM is equal to sum of what? HP Y over N. Sum of HPYs. Which are HPYs? Yeah. Right? Add. Hey. Whichever, that will be the same. Whichever you want, that will be the same. Add this plus this plus this. 15. Because this gives you negative, right? 0, 8. 20 minus 20 is 0, right? Right? You are remaining with 15% here. All right? So this is 15% divided by how many is? 3. So what is your arithmetical mean? 5. So your arithmetical mean is 5. In other words, 5 what? Percent. Even if do this, even when you do like this one, if you do this one, it's going to be 0.15, right? 0.1 what? 5 divided by 3. 0.15 divided by 3 gives you what? 0.05. Right? As percentage, 5%. Or just say 15% divided by what? Divided by 3. Divided by 3. And this gives you 5 what? Percent is the same. The same. Take in mind the answer, because you are going to make a decision using that 5%. You have seen what is happening there, then you are looking at 5%. What advice will you give to this guy? Let's go to geometrical mean. Let's go to geometrical mean. So we are writing somewhere. Arithmetical mean, AM is equal to sum of all the what? HPYs to the power n, and we got that one. This is 15% divided by 3, and this gives you 5 what? Percent. Let's go to arithmetical mean, geometrical mean. Geometrical mean is equal to pi wako ujatudu mafunda uchi. Samene pi and again HPR like to the power 1 over n minus, right? So if you this pi, you are just multiplying HPR. In other words, you are multiplying this and this and that. All right? In other words, you are just multiplying 1.15 multiplied by 1.20 multiplied by 0.80. All right? You multiply that. Multiply that. Huh? Above. You this multiplication of the HPRs. How many HPRs are there? You multiply. That's why you're just taking this HPRs are the right? This times this times this. The moment you say this times that, this pi means you are multiplying HPRs. All the HPRs, you are multiplying them. So you multiply 1.5 times 1.2 times 0.8. What are you getting? What? 1.030. Are we together? Tudikire na was. At 1.104. 1.104. In Wabeza bunch. Multiply 1.15 multiply by 1.2 multiply by 0.8. Says 1.104. 0 what? Number is going on and on. You go to 1 point what? Huh? 1.104 au 1.10 what? Pamene au It has to be 1.104. Huh? Is that? Good. 1.104 to the power, how many is? 3 means 1 over 3, right? 1 over what? 3. Let me say here. For 3 is, this will be 1.104 to the power 1 over 3, which is mathematically cube root. Cube root of 1.104. Cube root of this. Find out the cube root of that. A calculator you can easily find the cube root. Huh? I know whether we are all together. Panga timalize potizipita nato bato enough. Tayambira kubwebweta from morning up to this time. 10. Just let's do it. Let's it. What is it? Yes? 1.0335. Good. You can try to use your calculators. 1.0335. Very good. Minus 1. Minus 1. This gives you 0.0335. All right? As percentage? Huh? Oh, yeah. This is 3.35%, right? 3%, right? 3.35%. Or 3% is fine, right? Or if you say 3% is fine. Or 3.4 is okay, all right? Right? Now I see you can round. Oh, 3.4. Because if you round it, then the 5 is below 5. No, it's not. Yeah, that's 3%. If you round it to 1 decimal place, it is 3.4. Eh? But if you round it to whole number, it's 3. If you round it to 2 decimal place, then it is this. Oh? Yeah. But actually, whichever is correct. Now, the issue is, as an investor, you are an investor, or you are a portfolio, you are an investment manager. What did this? We have got 2 answers here. Arithmetical mean is giving us another answer. Geometrical mean is giving us another answer. All right, but the same problem. The same problem. The geometrical mean, the arithmetical mean is giving us what? AM is giving us what? 5%. GM is giving us what? 3%. Look at that. What advice can you give? The issue is my advice. What advice can you give to this guy who invested $100 to 3 years? Do you invest it? Do you tell him to stop? That he has just to stop that? Huh? Huh? Are you sure? 3 years you're supposed to get it 10 and above? What did he say, Sean? What did he say? It depends how you see it. It depends how you visualize. That you thought that you can get more 10 and above. But profit is profit. And after 3 years you get 1.5. I mean, try to find another investment that can benefit more. When you are investing, you want to benefit more. Yeah, that's the way. You invest to get more? I don't think that if I invest, is it that I want to get more? You're supposed to have, how many years were there? Huh? All right. He started in the first year. He got a profit or loss? Yeah. So what? He got profit, and you advise him to continue. No. I mean, no. What according to what you, let's go to what you have told me here. What you have told me here. That's what you are telling me, because when I actually said it is you. I was not the one doing this. Yes. Mm-hmm. Giving us that percentage we are supposed to give is how much money have we made out of that. Mm-hmm. So to me, I would say that for example it's 1 million and after 3 years you have acquired 1.5. Mm-hmm. You can think of other options of trying to improve it up. Mm-hmm. Or trying to transfer. But for the sake of keeping money, then you can proceed because it's not an assignment. This is university. An assignment. I want you to search, research, find out whether you are going to Google, whatsoever. I want to research. All right? This scenario here. And then you just search that, maybe assuming that an investor invested for 3 years. First year, he got this, and then they got this return. Second year, he got this, did this. This, did this. After calculating AM, we discovered that he got this. GM, he got this. Advise the investor. Then I want you to come up with the answers. You get what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know whether. Well, I haven't. Oh, I've brought the signing here. You understand what I'm telling you? What am I saying? Huh? What's the date today? 22. Sign on 17. Why this? Like we want to see. No, don't want to see, but I wanted an advice. I'm not interested with you want to see. We have already seen the answers. But I want to, what advice can you give to this investor, to this guy who invested 100 at the beginning, as at the beginning value, any value is getting that, and then he's reinvest again, reinvest this second year, he's getting this one, and again it does this and is getting this. Having worked the AM and the GM, we discovered that the AM was 5% and the GM was 3%. Advice, let's advise. You can use either the, which I cannot, the AI can even help you. You know AI, that nice animal. The AI can help you. Sir, it also depends on what relates the investor wants money. Because 5% for him, as I already said, you invest 1 million. After 3 years, you're getting 1.5. Then I think it's better to find another investment that same thing, can get it more. For example, 2 million, that's 3 those are the, you can make a decision that maybe you can find another, but you cannot tell this guy to stop, to say, because you are doing this one, why can't you stop? Can you tell this guy to stop investing? And that's what I want you to research, find out. I want you to research. I think I can stop it there. Is it fine? Are you satisfied? Eh. No, you wanted tomorrow? Yeah, it depends. If you want to do, if you want tomorrow instead of Thursday, you can. But if it is tomorrow, then you are looking at from 1 to something. Yeah, 1 to 3 tomorrow, you can do it instead of. But corporate, what I'm having corporate with you? Yeah, 10 to 12, I can cooperate. 1 to 3, I can be with you instead of Thursday. Huh? Yeah, now I have another class. I have several classes tomorrow. From here? 1 to 12? Yeah. What's I just said I have from 1 up to 12. From basi bangani sasa. Aje misile.